How you guys doing? Shinry here with another review. I just finished Inyuasha for the first time. I still got the 4 movies to watch, but I still want to give my overall thoughts about Inyuasha. This will not be a long video because if you know me, I do not review the entire show for you. I don't review chapter by chapter for you because you can read it yourself. One thing I've always hated about review channels that review anime and manga, they try to tell you, they try to read it to you. I'm not here to do that. You guys have seen it. It's old. Even if it was new, you guys have your own thoughts and opinions on it. This is just my quick thoughts and opinions on Inyuasha. So getting into it, I originally didn't even want to watch this. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, I don't care about this show. I did it because my brother Nick wanted me to watch Inyuasha, and in return, I was trying to get him to watch either One Piece or Black Clover, which I need to make a Black Clover video soon. But, this is about Inyuasha. So he was like, oh, just watch it. It's not that long. Let me tell you, I had some thoughts throughout the show. First, I was like, some of the pacing just seemed kind of... mind you, this is like an early 90s anime, as far as I'm aware. Like back in Yu Yu Hakusho when other stuff was going on. We did definitely Yu Yu Hakusho time because I remember either Yu Yu Hakusho aired when this came out or it aired after. But I remember this was a time in Yu Yu Hakusho when Yu Yu Hakusho was like popular, was a thing. So I'm not really big on romance stories because one thing about Inyuasha, yeah, it's about battling demons and fighting demons, but really at the core, it's about a love story between a love triangle between Kagome, Kikyo, and Inyuasha. That's the truth. No matter what anybody tells you, it's basically a love story about them three, or a love triangle about those three. Not that that's a bad thing. That it's handled very well, but there were so many times, and this is, like I said, from an outside perspective, from a newbie. Every time Kikyo died, then she come back, I was like, Kikyo, when are you gonna stay dead? But at the time, I was ignorant. I didn't realize the show was literally a love triangle, and it was about them because that's how this whole thing started. Naraku wanted to be with Kikyo. Kikyo wanted to be with Inyuasha, and Naraku basically tricked them. He made Kikyo think Inyuasha attacked. He made Kikyo think Inyuasha attacked her, and then I think he told Inyuasha as Kikyo that he didn't want to be with her. Or I think he attacked Inyuasha as Kikyo too. I can't remember that because I know after he deceived Kikyo, she shot him with the arrow. And Inyuasha went to sleep for like 500 years. Which, speaking of that, first of all, Kagome, girl, chill your jets. Yes, that is Inyuasha. And I have 2 thoughts on this. One, this is where I'm biased. I'm gonna be really biased. Kagome, Kikyo was there first. That was his first love. They wanted to be together. The only reason they weren't together is because, goddamn it. Okay, I don't think that screwed anything up. The only reason they weren't together was because Naraku fucked up their relationship and he killed Kikyo, or injured her enough where she was going to sacrifice herself to destroy the Shikon Jewel Shard and put in the rest of it. Because she didn't want to kill Inyuasha. She loved Inyuasha, so she didn't shoot to kill. She shot to put him basically out of commission. So Kagome, girl, you got to back off. Whenever Inyuasha has his Kikyo time, let him have it because that's an unresolved relationship. They still love each other. The fact that she dead. She basically a ghost. She basically a walking corpse. But couldn't you say the same for Inyuasha? He's been asleep for 5. Well, for Inyuasha, I think he's asleep for 50 years of his time. But for Kagome, he's been there for 500 years anyway. So, girl, it ain't even your time. And speaking of that, let me put on my other. Should I bring up my other bias first? Let's bring up that, then I'll bring up the whole timeline or time change thing. So speaking of that, then you get to Kagome's side, where I'm with Kagome, okay, Inyuasha, Kikyo died, you can move on. Get your closure, but then move on with Kagome because you clearly have feelings for her, she clearly has feelings for you. And in the end, they do it together, y'all know how that ends. And it was cute. I was like, okay, cool, whatever. But here is my problem with time travel. If Kikyo traveled back 500 years in the past, why is the past concurrent with the present? Okay, you travel 500 years to the past to the whatever fucking, I forgot what they called it. Don't judge me. She travels back to then, and then she spends 3 days there. But then when she goes back to the human world, 3 days have passed and she has to catch up on schoolwork. I was like, I get what you're trying to do, because obviously you have to make like consequences. You have to make raising stakes for her as far as like her human life. So time has passed there, but I don't understand how they line up, because I'm like, you're going 500 years in the past, and I don't see how you spending any time in the past should affect the present. Like, you should be able to go to the past. In my opinion, you should be able to go to the past, and then when you go back to the future, end up in the same time that you left. But instead, the more time you spend in the past, it's taken away from your future as well. That kind of always threw me for a loop. But again, understand raising the stakes, Kagome not missing school, blah, blah, blah. And first of all, if any other teacher, if y'all knew she'd been absent that much, I'd be like, girl, you got to be homeschooled, or we got to look at, they be investigating these days. Like, why you miss so much school? We got to send the police to your house. All this sicknesses, we're going to give you an at-home doctor or something. But it was funny. It played out very well. Morocco was funny. I like how he has he reminds me of Sanji, how like Sanji like flirts with every woman. That he like asks every woman to bear his child, no matter what their age is, which is even more hilarious, because I was just like, oh my god, Morocco. And I know some people had a problem with it. I remember in a group forum I had joined, they were talking about like, oh, he's a pussy because he doesn't want to use his wind tunnel against the insects. First of all, bitch, if y'all finish the series, yeah, Morocco typically will hide his the cursed hand, the cursed wind tunnel, because he doesn't want to get poisoned. Because if he gets poisoned, he'll die, and he's willing to die to kill Naraku, but he doesn't want to die just fighting some basic insects, which I understood. But I like in the end, like he was willing to die to kill Naraku. He was willing to do that, but he wasn't willing to let Sango be sacrificed. I also like the fact that when Moroku finally did admit his feelings to Sango, he was like, hey, I want you to be my wife. But even then, he still had that like player mindset. Like after he told Sango to be his wife, he was like, oh, will you bear my child to other women? And it was still some hilarious shenanigans. But he came around. He came around to be a good guy. Sango, for like 7 seasons, girl. And I know people call her the queen of the demon slayers or whatever, because she is a human that wants to fight demons. First of all, girl, you are not the first human to want to fight demons, but you are the first human to get your ass kicked by your weapon for 7 seasons. I don't know how many times she threw the Hariko, and that bitch would come right back at her and knock her out for the rest of the fight. Every time for 7 fucking seasons straight. I was like, Sango, use your Zord, use some ninja tools, do some shit that like, Kohaku be doing. Like, why are you always getting your ass whooped by the same weapon? Use something else. And then one episode she did use her Zords when she was under control of the water demon to fight Moroku, because she didn't have the Hariko or whatever. So I was just like, but in Inyuasha, the last arc, or what's it called? The final part? The final act. Yeah, the final act. We found out her whatever weapon, the boomerang bitch, was possessed by demons, which maybe y'all knew that. I probably forgot, because like I said, I wasn't really interested at first in Inyuasha, but yeah, them demons got more powerful. They upgraded. She leveled up, and she was able to, like, when she threw that boomerang, she was killing demons, absorbing their demonic power, and making her blade stronger. I mean, her boomerang stronger. I said, okay, Sango, you finally became relevant. It took you 7 seasons to become relevant, but you became relevant. Let's get to Sesshomaru. I fuck with I can't say these names. Sesshomaru, I fuck with him. I'm team Sesshomaru. I'm telling you, man, I didn't like Inyuasha brother at first, because I thought he'd be the bad guy. I thought he'd be the villain. I thought he was like the sub-anti protagonist next to Naraku, like team up with Naraku. But he was a good guy. After he saved Ren, he was all about protecting Ren. Like, that was his child. That's his friend. He like, don't fuck with Ren. You fuck with Ren. I'm coming for you. I also like, because I got confused about the Tetsaiga and the Tensaiga. I was like, how you gonna disrespect Sesshomaru, his cool ass, and give him a weapon that's only supposed to help Inyuasha, which, yes, Inyuasha is the main character, but in an ensemble cast, you have to keep your characters relevant. You gave him the Baku Saiga, whatever the fuck that is. I loved it. He took out 1,000 demons, one clean cut. I was like, yes, Sesshomaru. Yes, let's go, bitch. Let's go. Team Sesshomaru. I love that he has compassion, but he's like, He's like a Vegeta kind of Sasuke, Bakugo, Zoro. Well, Zoro ain't really anti-villain, but if Zoro, y'all know Zoro got them same moments. He's like serious, but like he has a compassion side, but it's like hidden, but it's still there, and I fuck with that. Anything else? Naraka, he was a cool villain, I guess. There are several times I thought he should have died, especially these random reincarnations. I like Kagura. I fuck with her even though she ran a lot. I like her. The other incarnations, I didn't care about the child. The baby was kind of cool because he was kind of psychotic. The rest of them, I like the seven brothers or whatever, the seven whatever it was called. They was cool because, and I like when characters aren't afraid to add a gay character, like clearly gay character in there. Like I think he did it twice, and they both flirt with Inyuasha. Inyuasha was like, "What the fuck? Cut that weird shit out." But it was still funny and cool to see that in there. But anyways, I like them, the seven band brothers or something like that. They was cool. It's a short anime. It definitely took a while for me to get into it. Like probably about like season 5. I know I watched the whole thing, but there was a couple seasons where I was just like, yeah, this kind of dragging, this kind of stuff. And what is Kagome's power? Like they talked about it. I think the last 2 episodes that she has her own spiritual power, and I understand that, but I didn't really see her do anything. Like, other than what she ought to do, like seeing the jewel shards and shooting the arrow that Kikyo left her. I don't know if I'm gonna watch Yasame, whatever the daughter's name is. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that. But I fucked with Inyuasha. Like I said, the last act kind of am, but I liked it towards the end. I liked that they all teamed up to defeat Narako. I liked that the jewel shard was the villain in the end, and that, you know, the only way to end this, I like that it wasn't going to be, basically, they said it was going to be a cycle. Like, even if you kill Naraku, even if you try to destroy the Shikon jewel, which you can't, unless you wish it to be destroyed. That's the only correct wish. Like, the cycle is going to continue. It don't matter, Kagome, you'll be stuck here forever. You make a wish on the Shikon jewel shard to be with Inyuasha, or anything that you wish for other than this jewel be gone and destroyed. You're gonna be stuck in this loop forever. I fuck with that. Yeah, it was like I said, towards the end it was good, and it took a while to get into it, but I finished it. And that's my basic thoughts on the show. It's good overall. If I had to give it out of 5, I'd give it like a 3.5 out of 5. 3.5 out of 5. I know some of y'all probably get higher. My Black Clover, 5 out of 5. One Piece, 5 out of 5. Bleach, 5 out of 5. But it ain't just because those are the big 3. That is when I wish I had started reviewing anime back then. But, you know, like I said, this one is just kind of different for me. Because it's basically a love triangle story. Which isn't bad, but not something I always go for. But it was still entertaining. So, 3 out of 5.